You're here bringing your sister to court?
Yes, I am.
Tell me why you're suing her today.
Because back in January of 2005, I sold her a car for $2,400. The agreement was that she was going to give me about $150 to $200 a month, as she could afford, until she paid it off. And to date, I've seen $100, and that was a month ago.
This was an oral agreement?
It was an oral agreement.
All right. Well, an oral agreement is a valid agreement in law. So it's your contention she made one payment?
Yes.
Okay. Jill?
Yes.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. And you're the younger sister?
Yes.
What do you say about this oral agreement? Was there an oral agreement or was
There
this...
was, but I don't owe her anything.
Okay, explain to me why.
She was giving a car away to the father of her son, and she said she was going to give me the other car as well, and I feel that I don't owe her anything because she told me she was going to give it to me. She's always been there for me in the past. She asked that I give her about $200 a month for about a year. I did that once, not just $100 last month, and that's all I did. And
well, I know it can't be both a gift and a loan.
Right, she came off as though it was a gift, not that. And then she
you agreed that it was a loan.
She said, "I will give you this car," because she was giving away a different one, and then she said, "Okay, I want $200 a month."
Okay,
at the
so
time,
when she said that part, then you knew then it wasn't a gift, right?
She said it kind of towards the end, right before I had the actual car, and I agreed because I was in a bad position at the time, and I would say, I said anything to get the car because she knew of my situation.
Well, not only did you say anything, though, you said you made payments.
I gave her $200 the first month, a month after, and I was struggling. She had money at the time, and I didn't. I'm a single parent. She knew my situation, so I felt that she would be understanding towards that.
Well, how do you feel about her bringing you to court?
Well, I don't feel that it's fair. I have evidence of why I won't pay for the car now, why I don't feel I should have to pay for it now.
All right, let's see what your evidence is.
I'm not going to pay for a car that looks like this now.
All right. Now, when you got the car, was the car like this?
No, that happened earlier this year.
The car is demolished?
Yes.
It was her fault.
Yeah, you wrecked the car.
Right, I just feel like I really feel it's insensitive.
Girl, what? My sister loaned me this car, and yeah, I said I was gonna pay for it, but that was before I absolutely demolished it. I mean, how insensitive can she be to make me pay for this junk? That's not exactly her fault now, is it? Honestly, I thought when she said, "I'm not gonna pay for a car that looks like this," it was gonna be like some ratty, rundown thing with some scratches and dents and stains on the upholstery. But no, it's actually a totaled vehicle now. Like, it's not like her sister gave her some lemon junk of a car and told her to pay $2,300 for it. No, she gave you a perfectly working car in your time of need, and you agreed to pay for it. But now, suddenly, because you've totaled the car, you're not responsible to pay your sister for it anymore? I'd really love to know what brand of audacity you take. Because I think I could use a little bit of that in my life.
It's insensitive that she made an agreement with you to buy a car and you made one payment and she is being insensitive because she wants her money?
Yes, because there's been times before where she's given me things or done stuff for me and then held it over my head as a way to control me.
What do you mean?
When I was living in Texas a couple years ago, she called me up and asked me to be in her wedding. Me and my ex-husband drove from Texas to California, then to Nevada, for her to say, "Never mind, somebody else is going to be in it now." So I spent all that. She made me feel that she needed me, it was my chance to be there for her, and then she just changes her mind. She always has this way of just changing her mind whenever she feels like it. So when she says she's going to give me a car as a gift and then changes it back to, "You owe me $200 a month," I felt like she wasn't being serious because she has a history of doing stuff like this.
All right, is that so?
I'll agree with that, but at the same time, I've done a lot for her. I'm the older sister, so I do try and take care of her, but she's taken advantage of me so many times. When she was in Texas, she wanted to move back home to California. I flew out there. She told me she'd already packed everything and I just needed to help her move back home. She hadn't packed anything. I spent 2 days packing her apartment to load it up into a U-Haul to drive 25 hours halfway across the country for her because she didn't want to live in Texas anymore.
You seem like you have some resentment toward her.
I do.
Tell me why.
Well, our whole lives, I've always been there for her. And anytime I wanted her to be there for me, she wasn't. She's blown me off on my birthday. We didn't talk for a month and a half because she didn't go to my birthday party because her boyfriend at the time wouldn't let her.
Is that true?
She has a way of coming into a personal relationship and throwing things
you have
around.
a way of dragging me into it. How many times have you asked me for help, and then when I try to help you, you say, never mind, I don't want your help, and you get mad at me for butting in.
Well, and then you go and air dirty laundry and say, I do this, I do that, and then it causes problems.
Yeah, but you've aired dirty laundry too.
Well, why don't you all look at me when you're talking and share to me what's happening? Because there's a lot more going on here than just the car situation.
It's not a given that when you have siblings that you are going to get along. I feel like it's actually kind of rare to be best friends with your siblings. And it just seems like these two do not mix. And I feel like they could benefit a great deal from distance from each other. It feels like they're a little too enmeshed in each other's lives to a point where neither of them are happy. Neither of them feel like it's a fair trade-off. Neither of them feel like they're getting benefits from this relationship. I've said this before, but I don't think just because someone is a family member that you are entitled to helping them, or rather that they are entitled to your help. I especially hate if someone chooses to be like, I'm gonna help you out of the kindness of my heart, and then holds it over your head. That is not actually helping anybody. I would much rather refuse help and struggle a little bit than to accept the help and then have you throw it back in my face for a year straight. So I feel like these siblings definitely just need some distance from one another.
I was reading the papers for the lawsuit, and it seems like this didn't just start with the two of you, that your father used to put the two of you against each other.
Yeah, I don't think we realized it till we were adults, but he used to tell me if I was more like her, I'd be a better person, and he would tell her the same thing.
Really?
Yes.
It's just unfortunate when parents do that
Right.
with children, and all too often they do it. And then this is what you end up having, a sibling rivalry that continues to go on. Because she is your older sister, she's been looking out for you. But then you all have gotten married. You've gotten married, and you didn't go to the wedding, right?
I wasn't told that she got married until afterwards.
You didn't like the guy. You didn't want
But you're
anything to
still
do
my
with
little
him.
sister.
It wasn't a full-blown wedding, it was a court wedding.
What's driving you all apart now? Is it the situation with the car? Because I think it's not that. What is the biggest problem between the two of you?
I think a big problem is, I will agree she has been there for me in the past, but if I can't do anything that she needs me to do when she needs me to do it, regardless of the reason, she will use the times that she has been there for me against me and then gets angry and gets mad.
What do you mean? Does she bring it up? Or?
Yes, like the car situation. Like she'll say, remember when you needed a car and I was there for you? Like, remember when you needed to move from Texas? Or
Well, maybe she's doing that to kind of cry out to you that you're not appreciating her. Did you think about that maybe?
I have, and when I try to be there for her like she's been there for me before, I drive all the way from Texas to Nevada for her wedding because she needed somebody, and I get there and it's like, oh, never mind, just kidding.
Is that so?
Well, it was a situation where I didn't think she was going to be able to make it. I asked someone else to be my maid of honor. That person, I got into a disagreement, so I asked her, and then that person I made up, that person already had a dress, etc. So that's why I told her, never mind.
Let me tell you what's so sad about it as I see it so far. You couldn't have felt love in any way if somebody is putting you up against your sister.
Right.
So I don't know if the parental love did you believe you felt the love of your parents?
No.
What about you?
No.
Yeah, it's obvious to me that that's the issue. You're at a point in your life when you all ought to be there for each other, yet you have great animosity. You look like you resent her, and you resent her too.
I can't imagine it would be easy to have genuine love for your sibling if you didn't even have it modeled for you by your parents. You know, there was something that my dad used to always say when we were kids. Whenever me and my brothers would be fighting and bickering, my dad would say, "We don't fight in here. We don't fight against each other. The fight is out there." And that was something that was instilled in us. You know, regardless of how annoying your siblings can be, at the end of the day, you gotta stick up for them. Mind you, this is not an easy thing to do, but my life experience has shown me that there's not a lot my brothers can do that will make me stop wanting to help them. Obviously, they aren't entitled to my help. If I refuse to help them, they have to respect that, but I love them. I want them to do well. When they're hurting, I'm hurting.
Because you're saying stuff like she uses what she's done to try to show you to hold something over your head.
Right.
What is she trying to hold over your head, you think?
I think she does it as a way of to get what she wants, in a way to manipulate almost. And I don't know why she does that. I don't know.
Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't think so. I don't think she realizes how manipulative she can be. I mean, she's always gotten away with everything her whole life.
Why do you think that is?
Because she just has always been a liar. She, you know, oh, I didn't do it. Oh, I'm innocent, or I don't remember, or
Do you
whatever.
like her?
Sometimes.
Do you think you control people by giving them gifts and then trying to hold it over their heads?
I can't lie. I think I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Do you think you did it in this instance? That's the way you can be recognized and appreciated, by giving things?
Maybe a little bit.
I read in the lawsuit that Jill's afraid of you.
You can get angry and throw things.
Is that true?
Sometimes. I've had some anger issues.
You're still married?
Separated.
Okay. Do you think all of this, do you see how all of this is tying in? Because really when you're angry, you're crying out of a place of not being in control.
Right.
People think you're a control person, but it's because you don't feel control. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you lash out because you're not getting what you need, which is nurturing and love and respect and validation. All of these are the same keys that everybody wants in the world. I believe that until we confront our issues, we're trapped by our past. I absolutely believe it. And so there is no shame in saying, look, I didn't get what I needed when I was a child. Because trust me, parents do the best that they can. You know what I'm saying? I don't think maybe they intentionally did it to you. But we're all walking around as wounded people. This is not about an excuse. It's trying to figure out why I am the way that I am. And if you've been bullying, normally bullies, bullies are hurting people. Whenever I see somebody and they're trying to bully me or they're controlling me, they're the people I feel the most sorry for. Because I say they're hurting the most. Because anybody who thinks that they can control the actions of another person, a grown person, they have some dysfunction in their lives. Right?
Judge Penny always just hits the nail on the head. What she said about how dysfunctional people often try the most to control others is so true. When your life is so chaotic and out of control and you're not getting what you need and you're not confronting issues that kind of played into that, you're gonna try to control everyone around you to make them give you what you need. And for the plaintiff, it was, let me give all these things so that I can get some sort of validation, some sort of thank you. And for the defendant, she's accepting the help because she didn't have anyone to care for her. And I think a lot of people throw around this word manipulation, and it kind of has this very negative connotation, and I do think that it can, for sure. For the most part, people aren't doing it knowingly. When we are children growing up, trying to learn about emotions, thoughts, and feelings, and interacting with other people, the way that you are raised and brought up is how you learn to manipulate to get things that you need. A child who cries because they know that if they do that, then they'll get a hug and a kiss, they're probably gonna do that for the rest of their life. If a child who acts out gets attention, whether it be positive or negative attention is attention to a child, they're probably gonna do that. for the rest of their life. Now, in this case, it does seem like these sisters were just trying to get their needs met. It seems like they're kind of acknowledging the fact that they may have been a little manipulative.
I know I'm boiling down every alley y'all have right now. And so I know why you can't really respond, because I understand what I'm hitting right now. I'm concerned also, Jill, though, that by you being the younger sister, that you don't resent her so much. That do you understand now why she's been doing what she's been doing?
Yes, it's helped to see what she has to deal with.
What has the relationship been like for you?
It's been better than it has in the past, but we do butt heads if we're around each other.
What do you butt heads about?
Well, this one time, I'm teaching my brother how to drive, and she comes along for the ride. She's in the front seat, I'm in the back. This is just how silly it is. She's flipping through the radio stations. She comes across a song I like. I say, hey, leave it there, I like that song. She keeps going and ignores me. I say, really, put it back. It's my car, put it back. She keeps ignoring me. So we get back to the house. Her son comes and runs into me. He's standing there apologizing. She says, you don't have to apologize to her. Then we start yelling. I throw a shirt at her. Then she leaves. I tell her she's got anger problems, and she throws a phone book and then leaves. It's just stuff so stupid like that just grows bigger and gets out of control.
That's not how it happened.
Well, how did it happen?
That's the...
Well, okay, first of all, she could have said please. She just barked an order at me saying, leave it there, and I didn't want to, so she pulled my hair, and I just turned the radio off.
Wait a minute. I know y'all not talking about grown women pulling hair at each other. Don't make me get my belt out and come spank you. Are you serious?
Oh yeah, these two are sisters, all right. That has to be the most sibling argument I have ever heard. And it's also a little bit strange, considering the older sister was almost trying to, like, parent her other sister, teach her a lesson of, well, that's why you say please and thank you. But in reality, she was just saying, hey, leave this song. I love this song, which is a valid thing to do. I don't think you have to be like, pretty please, can you please turn this song back on? So it feels like the older sister was just trying to, like, assert her dominance, assert control over the situation, teach her sister a lesson, and then all hell broke loose. Both these sisters need to just grow up.
Yeah, why do you bully her?
It probably just because she always got away with everything. If something was broken, something wasn't clean when we were kids, my mom would ask who didn't clean up their mess. And she would say she did, even though she was a liar, so I would get in trouble. Well, once that was all done and said with behind closed doors, I would bully her because I was the one who getting in trouble for her mess.
And you holding on to that all this time?
I guess I just haven't stopped.
Okay. Why do you resent her so much?
Just for that reason, just because she's a big bully, just because...
Well, it's not just about her. I'm talking about from your part.
From my part?
Yeah. Were you manipulative and lying?
I would lie about those things, but I was a little kid. I didn't want to get in trouble from mom and dad. So to blame it on her was the easy way out. So that's why I would do that. It wasn't...
But you see the effect that it had on her?
Yes, but I didn't know that, obviously.
Right.
Right.
So now, fast forward, 2008, here you are in court suing your sister. But guess what? You can fix it. It's almost like having a book. And the first few pages, chapters of the book were written by your parents, right? You had no control over it. But guess who gets to write the remaining chapters of the book? Guess who gets to decide the ending of the book?
We do.
You do. And so you need to take this and remember what I'm saying to you. Because I know, as my name is Penny Brown Reynolds, that you didn't come in here today for just this, that it was bigger than this. And it's even bigger than you, because somebody really needed to hear this today. Because I can tell you, when you have that aha moment and you realize that, wow, this is why I may be divorced. Wow, this is why I haven't been getting, wow, this is why everything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. Well, with regard to your lawsuit, you sued your sister for $2,400.
Yes.
Because you said it was a loan. Although it may have started out as a gift, my dear, I think that she made it clear to you that the terms were $150 to $200 a month. And you indicated that you agreed to those terms because you made one payment. The only problem that we have is both of you are in the state of California, correct?
Yes.
And the statute of limitations on an oral agreement is only 2 years. You made this loan to her January of 2005. And so therefore, the statute of limitations has passed on it. And so I will not be able to award it because legally I'm not able to, because the contract is not in effect. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. But there again, remember, what you came for was bigger than even this, if you agree to that. All right. I find in favor of the defendant. Case is adjourned.
I think it was definitely a learning experience.
I would agree.
I think I should probably calm down a little bit with certain situations, such as, I guess I'm a bit of a bully.
Yes, I would definitely agree.
Classic little sister response. Yes, you definitely are. No accountability on her end. No. She did say it. She loves to blame things on her older sister, and Judge Penny isn't going to change that. When Judge Penny was talking about the book analogy of how we are the authors of our own story, I don't think it quite hit me ever as hard as it did when she was saying it. Your life has been written by your parents, that you don't really have a choice of the cards that you've been dealt. However, you do have a choice with what you do with it. I think a lot of people, myself included, kind of struggle with this idea of life just keeps happening to us and that we have no control over that. But you truly are the author of your story. I think it's easy to get stuck in this victim mentality of woe is me, all of these things that have been horrible in my life, and that's just the way things are and the way I am, because growth and change is so uncomfortable. It's so painful at times, and it's not an easy thing to do. Even though our life could improve, the work that it takes to get there is so, it feels so unattainable that people just choose to kind of stay in this hurt place and make the same mistakes over and over again. But if you think about, if you were writing a story that you were the main character of, what would you write in that story? What would you want your character to be? What would you want their life to look like? And I think that's something, honestly, I'm going to be thinking about. I want you guys to think about it. And I don't know, let's talk about it. What do you want your story to look like? And I'm curious to know your thoughts on this case. Do you agree with the judgment? Do you think that sister should still send her sister some money just out of principle? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.